everybody, welcome to another video. In this video we're gonna be looking at the scenario where Ukraine forms an empire. Ukraine is gonna be buffed, and I think that's it. Ukraine is gonna be red. NATO, the EU, and other alliances don't exist. And that's pretty much it, my empire videos. Thank you so much for the recent support. I hit 1,031.34k subs, and that's really good. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that Ukraine will do is go after Slovakia. Yes, not after Moldova or anything, because no, not for now. So a small push is started into Slovakia, and eventually they're pretty close, and eventually Slovakia collapses. And yeah, the peace treaty is complete annexation. Now they then go after Hungary, and what a surprise, Romania joins this war. So some Ukrainian troops push into Hungary, while a small portion of Romanian troops cross the border. Hungary puts up a decent fight, but they're no match for the buffed Ukrainian country and Romania. Eventually, an encirclement is made over here. This part quickly falls, and then we have the complete capitulation of Hungary. And this is the peace treaty. We have Ukraine taking over this part of Hungary and Romania taking the rest. After that they go after Poland. Yes, I know, pretty unrealistic, but they gotta do it if they want more land. So a small push is started over here into Poland. But it's only a small one because Poland is pretty strong. Some Polish troops cross the border into Slovakia and take a lot of the country and liberate a lot of the country. Eventually, Ukraine continues to push into Poland, and now they start to do an encirclement over here. They want to do an encirclement. Polish troops see that, and they kinda don't have time to reach this part over here, because Ukraine will quickly do this and they will be trapped. So they decide to keep pushing into Hungary, because they can retreat to Czechia if they want, but they don't really want that. So they eventually liberate a lot of Hungary. The push is, the encirclement is made, and a lot of Polish troops try to rescue now those troops. But they're not really in trouble because they can quickly escape into Czechia, right? Well, no, because Ukraine does a thing here. They push here, and they start to take the border with Czechia. So the Polish troops quickly retreat into Czechia, but eventually some troops remain captured over here, and yeah. So now the troops are safe into Czechia. Poland managed to push back a little bit. But now Ukraine will push a lot into Poland because now they have all of their troops. The Polish troops arrive here and now start to try to fight the Ukrainian ones. But eventually a stalemate is made. And a peace treaty is signed after that. And this is the peace treaty. Next up, Ukraine does two more things. Go after Czechia, Austria, and Moldova. A lot of stuff, but they're pretty strong at this point. But Romania joins this war, and also Serbia. because they know that Ukraine will probably expand even more over here into the Balkans, and they don't want that. They want to stop Ukraine's expansion, so they all declare war on Ukraine. And now it's not gonna be that easy anymore. Some troops cross the border into Czechia and Austria pretty easily, and eventually they break the connection between the both of the countries. Prague is captured, and soon Czechia surrenders. And now they start to push into Vienna. They also start a small push into Moldova, while Serbian and Romanian troops cross the border into Hungary, the rest of Hungary. They eventually encircle this part and they quickly take it, and now they connect to Austria and send some troops over here into Austria. They eventually do some progress. Romania also pushes into this part of Ukraine and also North Bukovina. And they also push back the Moldovan troops, the troops that push into Moldova. But over here it's not looking that good anymore, because now Austria, a lot of Austria quickly falls and then they surrender. So now it's only Serbia and Romania left. They do push back over here, and they also start to push into Hungary, the Romanian part of Hungary. But over here the push are continued. I mean, Romania is doing pretty well over in the Moldova area, but over here not so good. So now Romania eventually wants peace. They'll give the Hungary part to Ukraine, but they want to keep this Greater Romania stuff. And Ukraine is okay with this. I mean, they don't really need this. But they want to do one final thing. Now they kind of negotiate with Romania, but they do want to get some parts of Serbia. So they eventually capture Belgrade, and Serbia surrenders. So now let's look at the peace treaty of this war. And yeah, this is the peace treaty. So Ukraine annexes Czechia, Austria, and Serbia, and gets gets Hungary from Romania. While Romania takes a little bit of Serbia and the Bessarabia area, and also some more parts of Ukraine. So now Ukraine wants to do not final thing, but one more thing before they do the biggest thing yet. They declare war on Kosovo, Albania joins, North Macedonia joins, and also Romania joins, because they want to take some parts of Bulgaria. And the Balkans eventually join this war, because they are scared they're gonna be next. So now we have Ukrainian troops crossing the border into Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro, and Kosovo. After just 4 days, Kosovo falls, and after a week, Slovenia falls. Romanian troops start to push into Bulgaria, and it is seen that the Balkans stand no chance. Eventually, they're split into two now, and after approximately 3 weeks, we have Bosnia collapsing, Albania surrendering, and now it's only Bulgaria and North Macedonia left. North Macedonia quickly falls, and now it's only Bulgaria, which after loses its capital, they surrender. Yeah, this war only lasted for 1 month. I know, but Ukraine is probably the strongest country in Europe at this point. So yeah, let's take a look at the peace treaty. Yeah, this is the peace treaty. We have Ukraine taking over all of the Balkans, and Romania taking over this part of Bulgaria. So now Ukraine is pretty strong and they want to do one final thing. And that is, yeah, you saw it coming, this. Now, a few things happened before this. No, after this. We have Georgia joining this war, as well as the Baltic states and Finland. While Belarus joins the war on Russia's side. And Poland on the red side as well. Now that I think about it, it's not really the red side and the blue side. Russia declared war on Ukraine because all of their troops were here, so this was the perfect opportunity. So this is why. That's why Russia pushes a lot into Ukraine in the first days, and reaches Kiev really fast. Georgia, at Georgia, it's pretty much the same thing. And Georgia falls after just 1 week, and the push into the Baltic states is started. But we do have Finland starting their own push into Russia, and Poland and Ukraine starting a push into Belarus. Eventually, after a few days, They captured the capital of Belarus really fast, and Belarus quickly falls. Kaliningrad falls as well, and now Ukraine starts to push back, and also the same thing in the Baltic states. Eventually, they reach the Donbass region, and they now start to push. Then capture Crimea. Finland does what Finland does, and eventually St. Petersburg is captured pretty fast. This is because a lot of Ukrainian troops were over here. And now we all know what begins. Operation, let's just call it Operation Russia, begins. Yeah. Eventually, we have a landing in Georgia being made, and this liberates the country. A pretty large, and now Ukraine wants to do what Germany did in World War II, encircle this part, and they eventually do it. This part then quickly falls, and after a lot of fighting and stuff, we have a stalemate being reached. Eventually, we do see this part falling, but now we're in a stalemate, and now Ukraine wants peace. And Russia wants that as well, because if they don't do this, now it's probably gonna get really messy. So the peace treaty is this. And yeah, this is the peace treaty. We have Georgia taking over this part, a union being formed over here, which is like the Baltic states, I think, or the Greater Baltic states or something, between all of the Baltic states, Belarus, half of Belarus and Poland, and Kaliningrad. So yeah, this is a thing now. Finland takes this part, and Ukraine becomes really big. You know, I don't think, yeah, it's not the largest country in the world, but it's one of the largest countries in the world, because like, it stretches from Austria to Kazakhstan. That's gotta be big, really big. So yeah, this is the Ukrainian Empire I've came up with. Yeah, this video was not meant to be realistic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!